Hey everyone, Terry here, and you're watching Choose Me. We were previously joined by Eric, who had finally returned after a short hiatus to listen in to Karen and Jiaxuan's case study sharing. We continue our session this week from both Georgiana and Jonathan. Will they be able to impress Eric as well? Stay on to find out.
Welcome everyone, come back to our tonight session. And more importantly, we are doing another round of group sharing. Last week, we are fortunate that Jiaxuan and Karen did their sharing on the individual case study. Right, so tonight, Eric and myself will be listening to another two students. One will be Jonathan and Georgiana, but of course, ladies first. Ladies will do first. So after that, Jonathan will do his presentation. Of course, surprise us with your presentation flow. And yeah, Georgiana, if you're ready, you can start already.
I'm not sure that if any one of you have heard of this company called Katapult.
I only know Katapult Hospital.
Katapult, isn't that the medieval machine thing for wartime use?
Is it? Oh, I almost heard that Katapult is the one that the rice hit. This is a SPAC company. They just got listed early of June, but back then they already existed since 2012. Because the company is so new, I do not get the chance to read about their annual reports. So I have no visibility to get to know about the number of employees. Katapult is a US-based company. It is an e-commerce or point of sales. So it is a lease purchase platform provider that is targeting to their non-prime US consumers. If you look at here, right, they have a category of consumers based on their earning power, the files that they have, and also the information and also the ability for them to have this financial facility that they could enjoy. In general, they have divided into 5 groups. Usually for those who easily get, loan at a very good price are the ones that are the prime consumers. Over here, you can see that for those who have not too good record, I would say, the non-prime borrowers, usually they will have to bear higher interest if they were to get any loan from the financial institute. This whole group of non-prime customers, in fact, it accounts for about 38% as of the US whole consumers, which is equivalent to about 92 million of the population. So based on this 38% of the consumers that, they see them as undeserved consumers, if you look at on the left, when they talk about, 180 to 300 billion from year 2020 to year 2023, and out of this much of people, on the right, that 40 to 50 billion of the spending goes to the non-prime consumers. So 40-50 billion compared to the market cap is just less than 1% that they are capturing. Can you imagine how big is this market? If you look at this whole thing of their CAGR, first of all, originations has been increased, meaning to say that people has to lease money from them is more over the time, which in turn that all this would be translated into a better revenue, which obviously you can also see it on the second graph, whereby their CAGR, from 2018 to 2020, it has been up by 139%. In general, this is the new way of spending, especially for the younger people, because if you look at it, it is about the buy now, pay later platform. I would say that the market it's massive. First of all, they are highly focusing, servicing, and also take the comment and also the response from the consumer as their utmost priority. And secondly would be their merchants or their prime lender partnership. Here with Katapult, the highlight would be there is no credit score that is required. And once this consumer were to go to their platform saying that, so Katapult, I need to loan $1,000 in order for me to buy some durable goods. Within that 5 seconds, the approval, whether or not it's accepted or rejected, can fully receive to the consumer already. For Katapult, a highlight to the consumer is it's always a very flexible and transparent payment options, and there is no late fee. So here they actually tabulate the whole thing out. Can you see how much that they actually paying if they encounter with Katapult? So this is the highlight to differentiate themselves, especially to the non-prime consumers, because it's not easy for them to get a credit card. They see themselves as the only company that is focusing on the non-prime consumer, giving them a primary online lease-to-own platform compared to the ones that we get to see more often in the prime market like PayPal. Just 7 minutes of user input that they can gather from the consumer, they can already gather about 100 of the user attributes from these inputs already, which also be translated to the third-party data elements of about like 2,000. So in general, to the merchants, how they market the easy to use of Katapult to just plug and play in the merchant, right, is about 30 minutes, then you should be able to use them already. And they are also looking into their omni-channel portal. They are also highly expanding their business. Comparing to last year, Q1 to this year, they already have more than 2 times of the merchant launches. If you look at whether they are the right management in terms of their skills, I think the leadership team so far, I think I quite like them. So if you see that in the past, he's the CEO of Tempo, and same goes to the CFO, Carissa. She was also the CFO of Tempo. Tempo is another buy now, pay later platform, but they are not listed. They have already a very good experience back then. Okay, so the income statement, total revenue in the past years from double digit up to triple digit. For gross profit margin, I would say that it has been improving. When we look at the earning per share, so far has been very nicely seen, and then even for their adjusted earnings per share also has been improving. They do have cash in hand, but their quality of earning is not great. Still, I have to keep an eye on it. So that's all from my side.
Wow. Thank you, Georgiana. Let's start off with Jonathan first. Jonathan.
Basically, I think she has explained the company well. Just that I still don't feel comfortable that I can lease now, buy later. It's like, I lend you money, you can pay me later anytime. Or what if you run away, then how am I going to assure that you will return me? This kind of question.
I cannot really capture how do they earn their revenue. So I understand maybe from the buyers, they will definitely take from there. Then will they also earn from the merchants? So that part, maybe if there's information like annual reports to show how do they earn their income.
I think quite a few items that you mentioned is very good. For example, the percentage of non-prime people that the companies is focusing on, the 92 million people. I think this is a very great figures that we can deduce from the slide itself. And from there, how it translates into their addressable market.
Thank you, Georgiana.
Thank you. Thank you,
Good
everyone.
job.
Hey, want to get weekly coaching from our experts? If you do, just head over to V app and join our V coaching sessions where our coaches will discuss the latest investment topics and case studies. What's more, you get to share your thoughts with a community of investors. It's simple, just select a plan that best suits your needs and you're all set to grow your investment portfolio.
Wow. Okay, I love this. Let's go.
For Baba, they have a few business sectors. So one of them is the core commerce, which is selling of the items, products within China. And this sector itself actually holds 84% revenue. And in fact, comparing to last quarter, it's actually an increase of 29%. The next one is the computing cloud. If you compare to last quarter, it's up by 60%, but it's only making out only a small portion of 9.6% of the cloud. So digital media is something miscellaneous, but I see that they are expanding this portion as well. So they shoot more movies, then they own more channels. And then the rest is the innovation part, which the small things. For the entire business, they actually split out into different many parts. So for e-commerce, this is the 84%, right? 43% is actually the business for local market. For the other part, almost 48% is actually catered for international market. So you can find here that they are more like business to business and also for international retail commerce. Although we see that Alibaba is doing very well. So I compared China with the world and I realized that based on a lot of analyst report, they are still in the top market in the world. Tmall is part of Alibaba. Taobao is also part of Alibaba. So you see for top 5, right? two of them, they are really holding the most GMV already. GMV is especially the number of goods sold. So in terms of commercial, they are very, very solid. Then I go into China. In China, same thing. Taobao, Tmall is picking up more than 50% compared to the rest. The next thing I look into is the different sector, how they perform over the years, and I compare them. So from year 16, the core business, year 2020, it grew like 4 times. And year to year, for the last year, 19 to 20, it has grown for 30%. And then cloud is something that is boosting very fast, which increase of 62% compared to last year. And then next is the media and innovation is growing. Then innovation 42% because they have a lot of innovation coming out. In terms of the entire health, everything, revenue, everything is growing. So that's why I say this company, I don't have to do really a lot of research. So what I do is I search more, compare other things and see payment service. Alipay is still champion. Then I go and search more and I noticed that Lazada versus Shopee, in fact, with the presence of Shopee, they are like losing out a bit on their Southeast Asia presence, which you can see here. Shopee has super fast already, just in 2020. But then I'm not worried because it's just a very small portion of Baba. They still have other entities. The worldwide, you all know, cloud is growing. As you can see from the chart here, for the past 4 years, the value is going up. The growth is consistently at 30 to 35%. The way I compare them is from quarter to quarter. So I go and dig out all the numbers and I affect to find out all the quarters. So you can see Baba, a very big chunk, right? Actually, if you look into detail, I noticed that Baba is shrinking in business in China itself, 44%. Last year, second quarter, 40%, 40%, then 40.3%. This year is 39.8%. So it's like shrinking all the way down already. I think that this is a risk. A risk that one day, they're going to outbid by someone. So I go and check who is the champion that took over the business. And I noticed that it's Huawei Cloud that's increasing and increasing and increasing. So I go and find out details and I noticed that actually China government is actually giving a lot of business to Huawei. That's why the cloud business for Huawei moves out a lot. But it doesn't mean that they are losing money. They still grow because the spend is increasing every year. So in short, is that the cake is getting bigger, Baba is getting smaller pie, but the value is still growing. Then the risk that I have now is actually the regulatory risk by China. Now, China, I do not know why suddenly have all those news coming out, suspend data. Just say suspend and suspend, then Baba, Apple just stop them from IPO. China is still the so-called the lao da, he can just slap you anytime, which affect all the market sentiment. Okay, so I jump right to the management. This is Daniel Chang, the new CEO and chairman. He has been here since 2014. So from here, I can see that Jack Ma is still holding 2.5%. And the rest is like company investment. So this part, I have very little information. I do not know who is the more important role in respect of the number of shares they are holding. So in terms of evaluation, like I say, everything is good. Everything go up. Fortunately, at this period, it's undervalued. Based on the PS, it's supposed to be 300. So in summary, this is my conviction that yes, it's currently undervalued. It's a great hold for 2 to 3 years for the cloud business. So in terms of concern, yes, I mentioned the cloud computing sector. I require me to have a close lookout. My position in the exit plan, actually I already in position, but I don't intend to add more because I already have my second tranches in already. Unless it drop more, then I will see what I can do. So yeah, that's end for me.
Actually, I'm also researching on Baba now, so try to know more also. But I like the fact that you talk about the cloud, the market itself is shrinking, but you explain that even though the percentage is decreasing slowly, but in terms of value, in terms of like the value of it, right? Yeah, it's increasing because the market is increasing.
I really like that Jonathan has a very clear thinking process to think through and to really list down, the current situation and also what he's gonna do if things become like this and then becomes like that. Yeah, so it's a very clear mind that he has, which I think is something that I wish to pick up as well.
Wow, Eric, how do you feel about tonight's session, the sharing by them?
Wow, it's another great sharing from Georgiana and Jonathan. Maybe I go into Georgiana first. So she have covered end-to-end everything. It's like inside out of the company. And then Jonathan sharing the company about Alibaba. So we have covered it like a lot of time. But tonight, he's laser focused into the segment, which is the cloud business, which I really impressed on how he get this very key information on his investment decision.
Many a time, right, in our V community or in V coaching, right, everyone very often when you see a stock idea, they only look at the optimistic side. Whereas Jonathan provide the concerns and the afterthoughts that people should have. And this is a very good form of value add. And I really love the group sharing today. I can see that both Georgiana and Jonathan, of course Karen and Jiaxuan as well, right, have grown a lot from all these group presentations.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
What an insightful sharing by both Georgiana and Jonathan. Now, as we're approaching the end of the series, our participants will take the next couple of months to continue with their sessions with the coaches. So stay tuned for next episode where we'll witness how a few months worth of coaching will transform our participants' portfolios. Enjoying the series so far? Then drop us a like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to get updated when the next episode is released.